Hey guys, and welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before, and if you haven't been here before, please subscribe to be part of the bilingual family. So in today's video I wanted to show you basically kind of a collective haul of all of the things that I have in my collection right now that are new-ish. And I also mainly wanted to make today's video about these two new concealers that I have. I have the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiance Concealer, and I also have the new Vieve Modern Radiance Concealer. So yeah, we're gonna try these out today. I'm just gonna put one of them on one eye and we'll see. Honestly, some products you might have already seen because I can't seem to remember which products I have already introduced to my channel and which ones I haven't. But today we're gonna start the skincare portion with the Essence Cute as Shell Face Glow Booster. And I have a few products to show you from that collection. I think I made like a YouTube shorts about it, which did really well, so thank you for that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what I think about it because I haven't used it that often, but it's pretty cool. It's like a little bit fluorescent, you could say. It's very liquidy. It does give a little bit of a glow, so it is like a little bit of a glow booster. And then I also have, but I feel like I've already talked about this, I have a new sunscreen in my collection that I wanted to show you. So this is the Glow Hub Defend Yourself SPF 30 sunscreen. So this is one that I got in a giveaway that I actually won from like Boozy Shop and Glow Hub together, which was really cool. They also had like some accessories for like your phone and stuff, but I actually gave that to my little niece-in-law, like the niece of my boyfriend, and she really liked it. It's a very glowy sunscreen, to the point where I actually feel like it's maybe making me look oily and greasy. But other than that, I haven't had any complaints. But this one is nice, and I have found that it pairs well with like makeup on top of it, which is also quite important to me. So that's the sunscreen, and that's basically like the skincare part of today's video. I don't really use skincare that often, in the sense that I don't really buy new skincare that often, is what I actually wanted to say. But sometimes, and I tend to stick to the ones that I know and that really work for me, and I keep it very minimal. I don't know if you guys actually have that, where you seem to use like just a lot of products and it just ends up worsening the state of your skin. It happens to me all the time, and it's why I'm a little bit hesitant of using anything new when it comes to like acids or stuff like that, or exfoliators. I basically just use like moisturizer and a sunscreen. Moving on to foundation, I don't have a new foundation because I have plenty, but I need to talk to you about something. I'm going to Portugal next week. I'm stressed, obviously. I'm always stressed when it comes to traveling, but they have Sephora's there, and I mentioned in like my travels to Sweden that they also had a Sephora. I went in there, but they didn't have like any Rare Beauty, and I was slightly uncomfortable by the amount of people that were walking around, so I didn't actually buy anything in Sephora there. Now in Portugal, I am planning on picking up a few things, especially since my boyfriend is with me. I do find it just a little bit more comfortable shopping whenever he's around, you know. So I kind of want your like recommendations when it comes to Sephora stuff. Obviously, I have my eyes on like the Rare Beauty tinted moisturizer or like skin tint situation. I'm very interested in that. I almost have finished like 2 foundations, so actually 3. So I really kind of want to know what your recommendations for Sephora are. What are things that I really have to like look at? Please leave your like Sephora recommendations down below. What are like some hidden gems in Sephora? I would love to know, you know. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte. I always say it in such a weird name. In Dutch you say it like Charlotte, so maybe it's, you know, where the sound comes from. But basically I'm gonna use a Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin foundation today because I actually really like this one. This is a shade 1 Neutral, and I actually really like the shade. I do find that it matches me quite nicely. I do remember when I first like got this product that it seemed to be a little bit on the dark side, but now it almost is not like that. So I'm just gonna take my sponge and pick up some of that product It's just a very like flawless foundation, but I can still see the things that people consider flaws. And I do find that this wears incredibly well. At first I wasn't sure about this product, I'm gonna be honest, because I just feel like I wasn't loving it. I felt like it was actually overemphasizing texture that I had and stuff. Then, like I said, new concealers. So I have the Vieve Modern Radiance Concealer. It looks like this. I love the packaging of Vieve. I just love it so much. And then I have the Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Concealer. This is what it looks like. Now, when it comes to the packaging, I actually think I prefer the Vieve packaging. I have the shade Light one in the Vieve one, and I have the shade Too Fair in the Charlotte Tilbury one. I'll put all of the products down below as usual because I am that kind of person that does that. So these are the swatches of the concealer. So this is the Vieve one, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury one. So when it comes to tone, I think both of these could work for me. I do think the Charlotte Tilbury one is slightly lighter and maybe a little bit more pink and less neutral. And this one, compared to it, looks a little bit yellow, but is actually a little bit more neutral. When it blended out, they basically look exactly the same. So I'm gonna use the Vieve one on the right side of my face, which is the left side of the face for you. So this is the doe foot applicator from the Vieve one. And then I'm gonna put it, like I said, on this side. So I'm just gonna blend it out immediately with, oh yeah, this is also a new sponge that I got. This is the Eco Tools biodegradable sponge. I do find it to be a little bit less creamy than I was expecting. I'm used to very like fluid concealers, and this one is a little bit more creamy and whipped and not as liquidy, you could say. But it's a beautiful concealer, and it does lie on the skin like really, really nicely. I do find the Vieve one a little bit more of like that glam concealer and less of like an everyday concealer, even though I am going to use it as an everyday concealer. So moving on to the Charlotte Tilbury one. First of all, the wand is skinny. It's a skinny wand. And I do feel like it doesn't really pick up that much product. I'm gonna put it on this eye. As you can see, significantly lighter, and I'm gonna put it in these places. It's a little bit like more lightweight than the Vieve one. The Vieve one is a little bit more heavy. The Charlotte Tilbury one is a little bit lighter and a little bit less like makeup-like on the skin. But I do prefer both of them for different purposes. Comparing these is a little bit difficult because I wouldn't say that one is better than the other. It just kind of depends on the mood that you're in, what you prefer. But I do have to say that these are beautiful concealers. This one is a little bit more suitable, I guess, for like the everyday makeup kind of situation, even though it is very full coverage in my opinion. But it's a little bit more lightweight, not as thick underneath the eyes. Whereas this one I think is great for special occasions, great if you want a little bit more of that creaminess. And I think it will be interesting to see just like the wear time and how they react to the powder that I'm gonna use. The powder that I'm gonna use today is the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist setting powder, and I have the shade Light. Now this is currently in my project pen to replace my Kosas Cloud Set one. This is just a powder that we're gonna use. Quick update on this one, I do like it, but it's a take it or leave it powder for me. I also have some new brushes. I invested in some new brushes. Finally, I really needed to be honest. So I invested in the Spectrum X Katie Jane Hughes brushes. It's been in my wish list for a very, very long time. Thing is, I don't want to pay $180 euros for like a brush set, so I was waiting on a good enough discount, and finally somewhere in September I got it. So I got it down, I think, to 126 euros, but I found a minus 20% discount code and I used that one. And in the end, I only paid, I think, like about 104 euros for almost 30 brushes and a cleaning towel. I came from 300 euros. That's a big deal, you know, it's 1/3 of the price. All of that to say that now for my powder, I'm gonna use the Spectrum X Katie Jane Hughes. 08 brush. These are very good brushes. I have washed them I think twice by now. I haven't had that for that long. They are very, very soft, so I don't know if they're still online, but if they are, I do recommend picking them up. I think the discount code still works. I don't remember which one it was, but I think if you look up like Spectrum Collection discount code, you get like a list of those discount codes, you know, and you can just like enter one in. I think Honey also does a similar thing for you. I love Honey. I've been using Honey almost on every single site. It's so good. Okay, so I didn't powder my entire face because I know that I'm going to be working with some cream products, and I just realized that I was actually going to use a liquid product before I put on foundation. You've already seen this one, but I still wanted to introduce it in today's video because it's a newness. So this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter Glow Booster for Radiant Skin. Quick update on this, I love it. I wasn't sure at first because I have the Elisa Eldridge Elevated Glow one, and that one is so good that almost nothing compares to it. You know, it's one of those things. But this one I love. What I do is I just put it on my sponge like this, and then I apply it to my face, because I do find that it's just a little bit more strategic in the placement, and I can control where the product goes a little bit more. Just so you know, it's a beautiful product and I really, really like it, and I've been using it a ton. Whenever I'm not using my project pen, I usually use this one. Now for blush, I remember that I mentioned the Essence Cutest Shell collection. This was also in it, and it's the cutest thing ever. I'm actually gonna use bronzer first, so wait a second, I'm gonna show you to you immediately. So the bronzer that I'm gonna use today is the Sheglam Sun Sculpt Liquid Contour in the shade, I think this is Golden Sun. Yeah, I use this in my like trying Sheglam Sheen makeup, and this is was a very much a hit. I really, really like this one. I'm applying probably a little bit too much right now, but it is what it is. I love that it's neutral, and then when you blend it out, it does give like the appropriate kind of warmth. It blends out really nicely with most of the foundations that I have, but I can imagine it drying down really, really quickly, like it just did on my forehead, which was not a great thing to do. You don't want to do this, what I just did. I forgot about that. And I also really, I think the main reason why I love this so much is like it's easy to blend, but at the same time the color also just seems absolutely perfect for my complexion. Now I also have a powder bronzer. This is the Colourpop matte bronzer in the shade Avila Beach. This is also new to my collection, and I kind of wanted to introduce you guys to it. It's absolutely gigantic. Hello, my homemade reflector. It's absolutely gigantic though. I mean, look at this. This is crazy big. Like, that's a lot. It's a beautiful formula. I haven't used it that much, but I do really like the color of it. Like, it gives a little bit of hint of like extra warmth, and that is just absolutely gorgeous to me. It's definitely one that I put on top of other bronzers to give like a little bit of extra warmth, or when I'm using one that is slightly too neutral and I want a little bit extra dimension, you know. Oh yeah, this is the Katie Jane Hughes 04 brush. Also a really nice brush. Okay, I love. And then for the blush, like I said, the Cutest Shell collection from Essence. This is the Cutest Shell blush lighter, and I have a shade 01. Let us take a shelfie. A shelfie! This is what it looks like. I love... The packaging is bulky. Like, not gonna lie, the packaging is bulky. But it's so cute that I don't mind. So this is what it looks like. So it's a blush and a highlighter in one, but today I'm gonna focus on like the blush in the middle. And I'm gonna use a Katie Jane Hughes 02 brush, and I'm just gonna... It is pigmented, so you want to be careful with that, but I love the shade. It's such a beautiful, like, just classic pinky shade, you know. I'm gonna tap it on first, and then we're gonna blend it a little bit because it does cling to like wet patches on the face. Well, I don't know if it's still available, but if it is, I would recommend picking it up. And even though it's like a powdery powder, like it has a lot of kick up and it seems dusty, on the face it doesn't look as matte as I thought it was going to look, but maybe because I'm very glowy at the moment. Now next up we have eyes, and I am so incredibly excited for this portion of the video because thanks to like I would consider her an online friend right now, and I was basically, I think Little Cosmetics was on sale somewhere on like a Dutch website, and I basically posted on my Instagram like, what are your recommendations? Tell me like the shades that you would recommend. And she was like, if you're looking for the shimmers, you know, basically at first she sent me all of her Little cosmetic shades, and then she was also like, if you're looking for some nice shimmers though, GlamShoppl Poland. And I was like, what the hell? Let me just look it up. And I bought just a ton of them. I got this for myself as basically a little bit of a graduation present. I was on the side of GlamShoppl, and I have to show you these. So basically all of the GlamShoppl shades are these shades right here, and I just want you to take them in. I'm obsessed. It even has, this is one that she definitely recommended, or that she has as well. This is Pink Frog. Look at that! Look at that! How is that not the most insane thing you have ever seen? I'm hoping that in the editing I will put them right here so you can actually see them. I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna include a picture, and then I never do, and I don't know why I don't do it. Then I publish it and I watch the video and it's like, I forgot the picture. How could I be so stupid? Like, just check them out if you can. Like, they have clear bows, they have marble shadows, they have duochromes, they're just high shine. They're everything that I look for in a palette and almost never find, except for like the Beauty Bay one. Yeah, I love this one. I think for today I'm gonna keep it simple because in a few hours I will be going outside, and unfortunately Belgian people are not the greatest fan of makeup. Like, the makeup that I have on right now would already probably be too much for some people. This is the shade Crystal. I think I'm gonna use this one today because it looks like a really nice color. I am actually just gonna take my Colourpop bronzer and throw that in the crease pretty quickly. I also got a little bit of a haircut. We kind of went shorter because I kind of want to get rid of these like blonde bits that I still have left in my hair, and I do like it. And we got like a little bit more short on the curtain bangs, and then we added some layering in the hair, and I really like it. At first I wasn't sure as I always am when I go to like the hairdresser. I'm never sure if I like it or not. And then I'm gonna take that crystal shade on my finger. Basically I'm gonna start and we're gonna put that everywhere. Yeah, that's what my dreams are made of. Thank you, bye. That is so intense. I'm also gonna apply this shade right here. This is the shade, let me get this out, Turbo Mist. Has a light pinky shimmer reflect to it, and I kind of want to use this because I'm feeling like using it. This is gonna give it slightly more of that blue and like red reflect. Gonna blend a little bit more of that bronzer shade so we can blend the two shades together. But this is just such a simple look, and it looks so divine. I might actually just wear this outside to piss off some bitches. From also Sheglam, I have these half lashes that I forgot to mention in like the original video, full face of Sheglam. I'm gonna try and apply these, but I don't know if it will work. We'll see. I'm not gonna use lash glue. I'm just gonna use the mascara that I'm actually using, and we'll see if it works. Sometimes I just do it with mascara because I'm lazy. Now for lips, I have a couple of options. As usual. So for lip liner first, I have these new lip liners from Catrice. I have, these are the Soft and Precise Lip Pencil, and I have the shade honey-stly and the shade Romantic, which is a very light one. I think I'm gonna slightly highlight with this one and then slightly contour with this one very quickly. I have used these before. These are not like new in my collection. I have used them already and they are quite nice, but this one is quite light, which is why I say that I will use it for a little bit of like highlighting on the top of the Cupid's bow and the bottom. And then I use the shade honey-stly, which is the one that I've been using the most as just like an overall liner. Okay, so those are the liners. They're fantastic. Just gonna be straight up with you. They're fantastic and they're very, very cheap. Then for lip gloss, I have a couple of options, as you can see, and I have two more. But the newest one in my collection is the Vieve Lip Dew Glossy Lip Oil. But I also have a few other options. I have 2 new glosses from Essence. So this is the Essence Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss in the shade Magic Match. This one I might use in a different video though, because I think I'm gonna use the Vieve one for today because it's like the newest in my collection. Then I also have a new Catrice Powerful 5 Glossy Lip Oil. This is the same like formula as my Raspberry Glow one that I have from Catrice and that I love. Cherry Blossom Glow. So not raspberry, but cherry. Then this is the Essence Cutest Shell lip gloss, pH reacting lip tint actually. This is really cool because it goes on your lips like clear and then it gets more pink and more pink and more pink. In my Project Pen update, like the pinky lip that I have in the center of the lips is this one. It's great. And then the final one is one that I use in my Shein video. This is the Colourpop So Glassy Lip Gloss in the shade La Jola or La Jola, I don't know. Also really nice. So those are some new lip glosses, but I think today I'm going to use the Vieve one because it's new in my collection. So this is the Vieve Lip Dew Glossy Lip Oil in the shade Cherub. It's a beautiful pink one. Because I have so many like clear and golden and shimmery glosses, I wanted something a little bit different, but that's still quite wearable for every day. So I got this shade, which I think is very beautiful. And it's sheer but like buildable, so you can really go glossy. So guys, this is the finished look using all the new products in my collection. Mainly the focus on, of course, the Charlotte Tilbury concealer and the Vieve concealer. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Please leave a like down below and a comment as to what you want to see in the future, because I really want to start filming a little bit more regularly again. So yeah, please let me know down below in the comments and I will see you next time. Bye!